Eugenics is as American as apple pie. Let's get into it, right? We're going to do a series on eugenics because it is not possible to fit all of this into one video. But I need you to understand why a movement in the 1890s to the 1930s is present today, right? It's a tool of white supremacy, and like white supremacy, it is a no data situation, right? It's made up, it's a fugazi, it's fake. So the goalposts can constantly change, and that works really well in their favor. And of course, that goes really hand in hand with white supremacy because whiteness changes as well, right? Goalposts constantly change. So 1890s, we've got scientists saying if we breed the right people, we'll have a fitter society. What's really interesting to me as somebody who loves history is that it's running concurrent with the progressive era. And if you don't know a ton about the progressive era, you'd say, hey, Amy, that sounds like antithetical to the progressive era, right? Progressive era is marked by getting children rights, right? Making sure that they're not working all the time and they're in school. It's marked by workers' rights. It's marked by breaking up monopolies. It's marked by temperance and women's suffrage. But don't worry, it was white women trying to get the vote because they wanted to, what? They wanted to counteract some of these undesirable votes of people who could already vote at this time. So let's get into it. By 1910, we will have basically it's like the center. The Eugenics Record Office at the Cold Spring Laboratory. By 1916, the passing of the Great Race will be written, and by 1907, we have our very first sterilization law. By 1931, 30 other states will follow, and this is forced sterilization to try to outbreed criminality and poverty and feeble-mindedness and addiction and all of these things out of society. And what's crazy, looking back on this in hindsight, right, in 2025, we know that criminality and poverty are not genetic. But it could possibly look genetic from someone who doesn't understand science yet. Because maybe your grandfather was a criminal and your father was a criminal and therefore you were a criminal, right? But why were these people criminals? Was it because they actually enjoy crime, or is it because of the necessity to steal things to feed their children, right? Is generational poverty genetic, or is it policy failure and refusing to pay people enough money so they can fucking live, giving them the opportunities to actually do things, right? And giving them opportunities for education to change their status in society. There was plenty of opportunities for white people. Don't worry. We'll also examine some of the pop culture points, right? And how the Nazis used our miscegenation laws and our forced sterilization laws to write their own. Of course, this all goes by the wayside fairly quickly, at least outside and at least verbally, because that's right. When people see the horrors of World War II, they realize, oh, eugenics could actually lead us down a really bad path. But it's always been here and it will always be here. So follow along. We're going to do more. We're going to talk more about this.